What's going on, y'all? This is your boy Kale coming to you with another video. And as you see by my hat, I think you already know what my topic's going to be for today. As reported by Adam Schefter, I think like around noon of today, the Chiefs have finalized a trade to send Pro Bowl, All-Pro cornerback Marcus Peters to the Los Angeles Rams. Now, we obviously don't know what the Chiefs are getting back yet, but the initial reports are saying draft picks, which is a good thing because, you know, the Chiefs, they need draft picks to, you know, they need to build this team up again. A lot of this was a veteran-heavy team, especially on defense. You've already seen the Chiefs release Derek Johnson, who spent all of his 13 years with Kansas City. You already seen the Chiefs let go of Darrelle Revis. You know, I mean, for the short time that he came in, he did okay. I mean, that first game he couldn't finish because it wasn't in football shape. But you know, I mean, all in all, I think he did okay. You know, of course, he'll probably always be remembered as the man who deflected the ball, who deflected Marcus Mariota's ball pass back to him. And Marcus Mariota catches it for the touchdown in the playoff game. Of course, he'll probably be remembered for that. And then, of course, obviously, you remember Alex Smith being traded to the Washington Redskins for the cornerbacks, the young cornerback, Kendall Fuller. And I think it was like a third-round pick. But the Chiefs also, was it last week, they also signed former Raiders cornerback David Emerson. I mean, now, you know, from last week to yesterday, well, to earlier today, I'm thinking, you know, like, hey, yo, the Chiefs might have a really good secondary. All they got to do is, you know, look at linebacker, pass rusher, edge rusher, you know, maybe another D lineman, maybe somebody to help with the offensive line, and then we'll have a great team. But then it was like, what, 2 or 3 days ago, reports were surfacing from nationally renowned football analysts and experts who were talking about the Chiefs could possibly be looking into trading Marcus Peters. Now, to be honest, I really didn't think that it was true. I was like, God, that's just nothing. They're not going to trade away Marcus Peters, man. I know he's had his troubles and all that, the on-the-field antics, the anthem protest and all that stuff. But I just don't think I don't think they're going to trade him, you know? Again, today, Adam Schefter tweets that Chiefs have finalized trade. Come to find out, they've been working on this for 3 weeks. They contacted the Browns with former GM John Dorsey did, and I forgot who said. I think it was Ian Rappaport. I think he tweeted out, said the Browns were not interested, as in all caps. I mean, John Dorsey was the former GM of Kansas City before he was fired in the offseason. Then Brett Veach took over, and John Dorsey takes over for the Browns after this season. But I don't know. I mean, I think, you know, because it was John Dorsey that drafted Marcus Peters. I don't know. Again, with his off the field and on the field antics. Well, excuse me, not really nothing off the field. His on the field antics, you know, the temper tantrums, I guess, the yelling at coaches on the sideline. There was an incident last year with special teams coach Dave Toub on the team bus. You know, and then, you know, the on-field productivity was there, you know, with the interceptions and the forced fumbles and all that. But, you know, there were times where Peters wasn't the best at tackling, wrapping up and tackling the receiver or whatever. But, of course, a lot of people here in Kansas City really did not like Marcus Peters because of his attitude, because of how he carried himself, you know, and of course the incident with the Jets didn't do him any favors. Yeah, the incident with the Jets where he threw the penalty flag into the stands after we got flagged for defensive pass interference for like the umpteenth time that season. But you know, all pro corner, 3 seasons with the Chiefs, 19 picks. That leads the NFL. He's the leader in the NFL in picks since he was drafted in 2015. And again, he had a big he did really good with stripping the ball, called forced fumbles. Like that he picked that up like I think like this year, later on in the year. You know, I don't know, man. I hate to see him go. To be honest, I hate to see him go, but I see why. I see why they traded him, or I see why they wanted to trade him. You know, either I'm not sure. I'm not sure if anybody is sure what really happened. Maybe Brett Veach went and talked to Marcus Peters, and Marcus Peters said he does not want to be here, so they had to make a move. Or I've heard on Sports Radio, 610 Sports Radio here in Kansas City, that maybe Clark Hunt, the owner, did not want to give Marcus Peters a long-term deal here in Kansas City because of his behavior, and he felt that behavior was not doable. It was not tolerated as a Chief or whatever, but I don't know. I mean, you know, at this point, I just want to see what they got for him. Obviously, they said it's going to be picks, so hopefully it'll be a first-round pick and a third-round pick, because I don't think that, I mean, it's Marcus Peters, man. He's a top 3 corner in the game. You got to get something. You got to get something. It had to be something big. I mean, if it's anything other than a first and a third, then it was just basically management trying to get rid of him, and I just don't think that would be cool if it was anything but a first and a third round pick, or a first pick this year and a first round pick next year. That's how good Marcus Peters is. But only time will tell. The deal, I guess the deal is complete now. I mean, I guess we'll have to wait and see, like, you know, what picks that she's going to get. I mean, you know, again, business is business. I mean, and he was on a 2-year deal. He had 2 years left. Rookie deal, team-friendly contract. So, I mean, you know, he's basically like the Kyrie Irving like of the NFL. I mean, didn't want to play there. There was no LeBron James holding him down, but still, he didn't want to be there. Had a team-friendly contract, so, and obviously a megastar player, so Chiefs had to do what they had to do, and get something in return for him instead of him playing his last 2 years out, or having him what I want to say here, having him trying to trade him next year with only 1 year left on his contract like they did Alex Smith. You know, sometimes, I mean, of course, you seen he had to take a career year. It was a career year by Alex Smith. I think that might have been the only reason why the Redskins took a chance on him. But yeah, I mean, I'm kind of, it's bittersweet. I mean, to me, I can't even say bittersweet. It's really bitter right now. It's really bitter. Like I just put a sour tart in my mouth. It's really bitter right now. I just want to see, but I want to see what happens, because again, we don't know what we don't know what we're getting for him. I mean, kind of just like we really don't know what's going on with going to go on with Kendall Fuller and what they're going to do with the third round pick that they got for Alex Smith, and we don't know what Mahomes will do. Of course, we've seen that game against Denver, but you know that game really didn't mean nothing. So, you know, we really don't know what's going on. But I mean, it seems like the Chiefs went from legitimate playoff contender into maybe not even making the playoffs next year. And they got a really tough schedule next year too. But I'm gonna start rambling, man. Let me know what you think. Leave a comment down below. If you liked it, leave me a like. Appreciate y'all. I'm gonna see y'all next time.